Okay. So, eyes on me. Here we go. I have a very specific way that I want you guys to do your notebook. A lot of you probably don't know how to study for math. Fair enough? So I'm going to set up your notebook the way that I want it. It's I've found to help study the best. First, we're going to write all the way at the very top on the first line. Not on the first line, but on top of the first line. You're going to write Unit 1. Put a colon. I think it's a colon. It might be a semicolon, but I'm pretty sure it's a colon. I'm not an English teacher. Yeah, see? Winning. Put a colon. You're going to put geometry. I still want you to underline it and leave a little space at the end. Because at the end, you're going to write Day 1. We will always number our days. That way, if I say, hey, why don't you get your notes out from day 4, from Unit 1? You can go there and say, oh, we were talking about obtuse, acute, right angles. Great, I've got them right in front of me. Okay? You should always, in the top left corner, have the date. I don't care if you write August 15th, 2018 or 8/15/18. You should have that up there. Okay? And then, I will always name what we're doing for the day. I put this in the middle of the paper. So you're going to put it in the middle of the paper. I can't because I don't have a middle of the paper. Fair enough? So in that first line, you're going to write Basics of Geometry.
This goes in the middle of our paper?
In the middle, at the top, yes ma'am. So somewhere under where you wrote Unit 1, Geometry, Day 1, put Basics of Geometry, because that's what we're doing today. And I underline that. Why do I underline things? Because it draws my eye to them. We're going to underline big topics and definitions. Okay? I have been teaching for 12 years. For 11 of the 12 years, I have taught geometry. I have realized that I love teaching geometry because when I was your age actually taking my geometry class, I was horrible at geometry. I remember sitting there and going, I have no idea what's going on. I'm struggling. So that's made me a better teacher because I remember what it was like to struggle. And I was like, okay, how can I teach it to a way that 7th grade Mr. H could understand? And I've been adapting for 11 years how I've been teaching geometry. So I'm hoping that you guys get the best geometry that I've ever taught. Fair enough? Okay. So we're going to skip a couple lines. Skip a couple lines. On the left-hand side, you're going to put a star. Every geometry book that I've ever read talks about the very first thing is the 3 undefined terms in geometry. 3 undefined terms. Well, undefined means you cannot define them. They have no definition. And I've made jokes every single year because guess what the books do after it says 3 undefined terms? It defines them. It says, here's what this is. And I'm like, well, that's just silly. So our first undefined term that we're going to talk about. Notice here's my edge. I'm just going to bump in a little bit. Just a little bit. And I'm going to put the word all in capital. Point. And I underline it. This is going to be my first definition. Not really going to be a definition, but it's going to be trying to explain something that's undefinable. A point. Yep, it's all the way in the back. A point is a place in space. Okay? A place in space. Now, I don't mean space like outer space like we've shot to the moon. No. This room is a space. I think. Okay? Well, no, I was saying I think there. So, a point is just a place in this room. What I mean by that is a point has no actual dimensions. I can't say a point is 1 inch. I can't say a point is 1 centimeter. It has no value. What I can say is, everybody see the tip of my marker?
Yeah.
That tip is a point. Everybody see this screw head right here?
Yeah.
That's a point. When we draw a point, so now I'm going to put an example. I'm not going to come back over here. I'm going to put it over here. Okay? Point is by itself. An example of a point is a closed-in circle that has a capital letter. This is point A. Can somebody give me another point? Noah.
Point B.
Oh man, Noah. You're a rock star, dude. Point B. We use capital letters for points. Done. With me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you've done this in the same line of points. I can't write down here, so I'm going to come over here. But in that same line, you're going to put the word, and it's appropriate, line in capital letters, and underline it. You should have nothing. Notice, there's nothing under the word point. Guess what? When we have line, should there be anything under the word line? No. That way, when you look at your notes, guess what you're able to find real quick? Those definitions. Does that make sense? That's one of the ways that we're going to start trying to get you to study a little bit easier. Yes, ma'am?
Wait, where did you say that we put line on our paper?
Right under it.
So here's point, somewhere underneath point, but
Okay.
in that same
Okay.
direction. What time are we done? 10:41. Okay, we got plenty of time. If I start to get really close to the time, somebody says, Mr. H, you're really close to the time, because I don't know our bell schedule yet. Okay, so what is a line? A line is a collection of points that extend forever in two directions. Now notice, do I have anything written underneath line?
No.
That way we can say, okay, here Mr. H might say, hey, what's the definition for line? Here it is. Up, we're there. Everything about geometry is notation and naming it correctly. Point A, point B. Yes, sir.
Can I show you my paper?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. So I'm going to give you an example. Remember, it extends forever in two directions. So to show that something's extending forever in two directions, I'm going to put these arrowheads in it. To form a line, you must have at least how many points?
2.
2. You must have at least 2 points. We name lines using 2 points. You will not name a line using 3 points ever. You will never say, oh, that's line ABC. No, it's not. You will use 2 points and only 2 points to name a line. Can somebody give me one way to name this line? How would I name this line? Go ahead.
AB line.
Close. So it's going to be called line AB. Now listen. I can't just write this. To show that it's a line, what do I have to do?
Put a comma.
No? Brooklyn? Yeah, I physically have to draw a line above it. That's putting the correct notation in geometry. That is line AB. That means it goes forever in this direction, goes through A, goes through B, and goes forever in that direction. Is there another way to name this line?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. We picked up on that. Nice. Kendall, you ready? Name the line.
Line AB.
Good. Can you give me a different way?
Line.
Come on, you got it. It's on the tip of your tongue. I know you got it. Let's go.
I don't know.
Okay, that's all right. Tagging a friend. Tagging a friend. Oh, Addie, he's tagging you in. Close. Closer. You said BA, which is exactly correct. You added something else in there, but it's line BA. Because why? What does a line do? What? Wait, I need hands. I need somebody new. I need somebody new. Ma'am, what's your name? Tell me your name. Aubrey. What does a line do?
It extends forever and
Oh, in two directions. So line AB goes through A and B, but if I say line BA, it's still going through those same 2 points. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay, that's a line. That's a second undefined term. The third term, which we will not spend a lot of time with, it is called a plane. This is not a, no, it's not that kind of plane. A plane is something different. This is a 2D figure that extends forever in 4 directions. Again, we will not be focused so much on a plane. Somebody said Mr. H. Who was talking to? Yes, sir.
I was just asking, do we need to capitalize plane?
Yes, sir. You should still thank you. Should still capitalize plane. I was thinking about how much that hurt my knees. You are absolutely right. Thank you. Okay, so what do I mean by two-dimensional? Flat. Your desktop is flat. The whiteboard is flat. The ceiling is flat. A plane, though, let's imagine the ceiling going forever that direction, forever this direction, forever left, forever right. That's a plane. Okay? Points and lines lie in planes. This whiteboard's a plane. The line is in the plane. Those are our 3 undefined terms in geometry. Everybody still with me? Okay. May I erase over here? Everybody's got this or should have this, yes? If not, guess what? It's on video. Woo! Okay, so there's some other stuff that we have to do. There is another word that we need to know. So again, this is still part of definitions. This one actually has a definition. And I hate the basics of geometry because I'm doing a lot of the talking. Trust me, I don't want to be up here doing the talking when I'm teaching. It's not what I want to do. So help me out. Somebody give me a great definition for the word segment. What is a segment? Ryan. One part of what?
One thing.
Good, one part of one of the things. It's one of the things that's still on the board. So one part of one of the 2 things that are still on the board. Which one? One part of the line. A segment, very good, Ryan, is a portion of a line with something. Well, a segment is a portion. So does it end? Does it end on both sides? Yes, it will end on both sides. So it's a portion of a line with blank, what's called end points. How many end points will a segment have to have? Nevaeh? 2. Excellent. So a segment is a portion of a line with 2 endpoints. Good? Well, let's see one. There's an endpoint. There's an endpoint. A, L. We know it has endpoints because are there arrowheads? Does it keep on going? No. Does it have the circles that are demonstrating the points? Sure. So now we need to know how to name it and notate it correctly. Because the notation is the most important thing about geometry. Go ahead, Blaze.
You would name it an AL segment?
It would be segment AL. If I just write AL, is that correct?
Yes.
No.
No.
What do I need to do to show that it's a segment?
Put a line on top of it.
Not a line.
A segment?
Yeah. All I would be doing is putting this portion of a line, no arrowheads. That shows me that it's stopping at A, going to L, and stopping. Is there another way to name this?
No. Yes.
Let's see hands. Let's see hands. Ma'am, tell me your name.
Macy.
Macy, go.
Wouldn't it be an LA? Wait, no. Wait. Yeah, it would be LA.
It would be. Don't be nervous. You're like, yeah. Woo! You got it. It is LA. But that's not right. What's wrong with this?
You would put the
Wait, whoa. Eyes on me. Macy, go.
You have to put like the segment line on top of it.
The segment. Yes. Very good. Show that it ends in both places. Okay. Let's do an example. When we do examples, it does not matter where you put this as far as the left side, the right side, wherever, because we're going to make this pretty big.
This is for segment, right?
Okay, guys. Back to me, please. One more time. Back to me, please. Yeah, you can flip it over. It's your notes. However you want to write on that. If you don't want to write on the back side, you don't need to. Okay, now listen. Just wait. You're in groups. Most of you. If you want to move up, that way you can be in a group, that'd be great. You're in groups. Together, I would like you to try to name all of the segments. I'm going to give you 35 seconds. Go.
X, Y, Z line, Z,
Thanks for waiting. Go ahead.
So X, Y, Z line.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, 1. Time. Here we go. Eyes on me. How many points do we need for a segment? Raise your hands. How many points do we need for a segment? Macy? 2. So when we name it, how many points are we using to name a segment, Cooper? How many points are we going to use to name a segment?
3.
2. You will never use 3 points to name a line or a segment. We'll use 2. So, sir, give me your name. Liam, give me one name of a segment. Ask your partner. XZ, very good. We would call this segment XZ. Stops at X, stops at Z. Why can I do this? What is a segment? Oh, it's a portion of a line. This, from here to here, is that portion. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Give me another one. Go ahead. Yes.
Segment ZX.
Sure, segment ZX. Excellent. Is that it?
No.
No, give me another one. Go ahead, Jojo. Or Jojo. Let me start with Jojo, then I'll go to Blaze. Jojo.
Segment YX.
Very good. Segment YX. Notice, I'm labeling all of them. Blaze.
Segment ZY.
Segment ZY. Give me another one.
Segment YZ.
Excellent. Segment YZ. We're missing one more. Go ahead, Red.
Segment XY.
Segment XY. Beautiful. Questions? Remember, a segment is a...
No.
Yeah,
But okay, go ahead, Kendall.
wouldn't it be YZ?
YZ.
Oh, never mind, I didn't-
Yes.
okay, sorry.
That's all right. No, you're fine. Listen, I've been known to be wrong. I know that I'm almost perfect, but I've been known to be wrong once or twice in my entire life. Okay. That's segment. We've got one more for the day, and we got a couple minutes, so I'm going to try to get through it. So, one more definition. So, we have the word ray. Sorry, I'm copying these words. We have the word ray. A ray has only one endpoint and extends forever in the opposite direction. I'm going to put in parentheses, and I'm going to draw a sunshine.
Oh, yeah, because of race.
If you think about a sunshine, or the sunshine, there's not a sunshine, the sunshine, it's this big ball of gas out there, right? It's stopping right there. Does the rays go through it? Well, no, it goes from there, and the sunlight goes from the sun and then extends forever down to us, right? It has an endpoint and then goes forever. That's what rays are. They're like sun rays. Okay, that's how I remember it. So, we're going to go like this. Here's our example. And this is usually the most confusing one. How would I name this ray? Bless you. How would I name this ray? Anybody want to be bold and take a guess? Go ahead, Nevada.
I really don't know, but Ray XZ.
Very good. So the name is Ray XZ. But what do I need to put above it? The ray. Very good, Macy. Is there another name for Ray XZ?
No.
ZX.
ZX. Thank you. Don't write that down. Now, okay, no. Listen, this is part of that. We're going to respect everybody else because this is something that you guys are going to make mistakes on. You don't know it yet. You're learning. ZX. You told me Ray ZX, correct? So, which one has the endpoint?
X.
Oh, X has, wait. You said X has the endpoint, but over here you told me Ray ZX. So if I drew Ray ZX, it would be Z. Is that the same thing?
No.
No. Rays will only have the endpoint. Now, I'm going to confuse you a little bit. I could also name this Ray XB. Why? If I stop at X and I go to B, but that arrow tells me it does what? Addie? It's still going. Will it go through Z? So XZ, which still passes through B, is the same as XB, which passes through Z. Either of those are correct. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay. I think we are down to like 35 seconds left. I want you to make sure that you put your notes in your binder. Great job today.